Get ready to gear up. We're taking you inside high school sports, your home teams, your rivals. Taking you inside high school football like no one else. Inside all the action. Inside the excitement. Inside all the games that count. This is Whataburger's Inside High School Sports.
Welcome to Whataburger's Inside High School Sports. I'm Abby Bennett, filling in for Pat Doney today. It's playoff time in the great state of Texas, and we have plenty of first-round highlights to get to. But let's start off in Allen. In a high school football season that has seen more parity than ever before, one thing has remained consistent through the entire regular season: the Allen Eagles' dominance. Thursday night, Lewisville made the trip to Eagle Stadium to start off the playoffs against Allen, and it's also our Whataburger Game of the Week. Allen head coach Lee Wigginton picked up career win number 200 back in October and was looking to add to that total Thursday night. Second quarter, no score. Jeremiah Dowd rolls to his left and finds Josiah Johnson in the back of the end zone. 7-0 Eagles. Next possession, this time Dowd wants to go right. Here comes the pressure, so he's got to take off 6 yards later. Allen is up 14-0 and would carry a 14-3 lead into the half. Second half, the Eagles defense continues to dominate. This is Japre Wafer completely unblocked with a big hit. However, Lewisville would get crafty. Derek Martin in the Wildcat. It's a jump pass to defensive lineman Xavier Fleming, and we have a big man touchdown. Lewisville cuts the lead 14-9. Fourth quarter, after an interception, Troy Williams goes to Trajan Mueller, who makes a magnificent one-handed catch. Suddenly, Lewisville is thinking upset, leading 15-14. Allen would work the ball to the 4-yard line, where Lyden Spriggs would score to give Allen the lead. Back with just under 4 to play. Enough time for a Lewisville drive. Williams is flushed out of the pocket, tries to find a man, but Josh Shaw comes in with the strip sack. Allen recovers, and that's the ball game. The Eagles narrowly advance to the area round with a 22-15 win. The Anna Coyotes hit the road Friday night to Mansfield to take on Timberview. Pick things up second quarter just before the halves. DeAndre Williams throws a beauty to Braden Spinks down the seam, and that's good for a 48-yard touchdown pass. Anna's up 3 at the break. The Coyotes pick right back in the third quarter when Williams finds Cormon Houston, who's all by himself right there. He skips in for the score from there. Williams throws for 192 yards and 3 TDs for the game, but Timberview fights back. Here, Stephen Hall floats to his right and then hits Braylon Barnett with a strike, and he just gets his feet in for the 13-yard TD connection. Fourth quarter now, and Anna goes ahead for good. Cash Williams muscles his way in and cashes in for the Coyotes. Anna gets the hard-fought road win over Timberview by the score of 35-25. Anna will get Amarillo Palo Duro in the next round. Wylie East went 10-0 on the season, and they took on Rockwall-Heath in the bi-district round. Heath was not scared of the record at all. Carter Zam with 3 of his 4 touchdowns in the first half. This one from 21 yards. Hawk up 14-zip. Wylie East gets on the board when Jaden McLemore hits a diving Amir Porter in the end zone, but the Raiders still trailed 24-10 at the break. Hawks build on the lead in the third. Prosper Neal dumps a screen off to Sean Gray, and the speedy Gray takes it down the sidelines for a 47-yard score. Later third, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same play here, this time 23 yards. Heath coasts to a 52-10 victory and will face Duncanville next week. Euless Trinity hit the road to square off against Mansfield Lake Ridge in a bi-district game Friday night. Trojans strike first with that vaunted ground attack. JT Harris gets some tremendous blocking, goes 30 yards untouched for the score. Trinity up 10-zip early. Lake Ridge answers. Deshaun Edwards steps up, finds a wide open Jaden Evans, who strolls in for the touchdown. Then Trinity puts big-time recruit John Meredith to take the snap, and I'd say it worked out. Straight up the gut, and 59 yards later, it's a house call. This kid is going to make a college program very happy one day. Lake Ridge takes to the air again. Edwards surveys the field, then hits Evans in the back of the end zone for the score. Evans finished with 6 catches for 144 yards and 2 TDs. Lake Ridge wins an entertaining game by the final of 47-38. Dallas Jesuit kicked off postseason play at home against Arlington Lamar. The Rangers first to receive, and they got off to a pretty strong start. The quick snap to Berkner hands it off to Shane Parker, who tumbles his way straight into the end zone to put the Rangers on the board. The Vikings, though, with a quick response. Junior QB Jaden Shaw with the bomb to Camille Pruitt, and we have ourselves a tied game early in the first quarter. The Rangers not taking their foot off the gas anytime soon. This time, ball finds Cade Kirby. Sia taking it 83 yards to the house to put Jesuit back in the lead. Check out those wheels. Jesuit cruises to the second round with a 65-41 win over Lamar. Now for a first round showdown in Cowtown as Brewer faced Arlington Heights in what would turn out to be quite a slugfest. Heights would get on the board first on the opening drive with Carson James taking the handoff, and he's got a lot of room as he races 63 yards to the house. They get a 2-point conversion to make it 8-0 Yellow Jackets. We move to the second quarter. Brewer trailing by a TD, but not anymore. The Bears force a turnover. The ball pops into the air and into the waiting arms of Kingston Hurst. He takes it the other way to get the game tied at 16 at the intermission. In the second half, now tied at 23 apiece. Opening play of the fourth quarter, facing 4th and 1 at the 23-yard line. It's James again for what would be the game winner. He finished with 288 yards and 4 touchdowns. Heights tacks on a late score to advance by a final of 36-23. They'll get Lubbock Monterey next week. South Oak Cliff starts its quest for a return trip to AT&T Stadium Thursday night. They'll take on Crandall. Started well for the Golden Bears. Levin Morton finds a hole, then scoots outside and runs right into your living room. SOC built a 14-0 lead. And that's when Crandall got on the board. Luke Van Landingham to Jeremiah Douglas, who makes the one-handed grab. This is the first points allowed. SOC, in 7 games. They open up a 28-10 lead a little later. Jaden Williams to Torrin Teague to get a nice block, then turns on the Jets, takes it 44 yards to the score. Then just before the half, Williams to Jalen Moore. Williams throws for 293 yards and 4 scores. SOC wins it 49-18, and they'll play Mount Pleasant next week. North Forney began their playoff run with a win over Sac City to bring the record to 10-1. Pat Doney tells us that the Falcons have been an offensive juggernaut that's led by our Parker University MVP, dual threat quarterback Legend Bey.
His name says it all. Legend. And Legend Bey is looking to leave his legacy behind at North Forney. The dual-threat quarterback is a huge problem for defenses on the gridiron. Through the regular season, he threw for over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. But it's his running ability that has heads turning. This year, Bey has run for almost 1,600 yards and 27 more scores, as he led the Falcons to a 9-1 regular season record. Recently, Legend flipped his commitment to The Ohio State University.
All right, the legend, joins us now with his new bobblehead. We were kind of looking at that thing. What do you think?
It's cool. I've never actually had one of these before. So
yeah.
it's
well,
cool.
Now you got one. All right. First of many, I hope. All right, so when you commit to being a dual threat quarterback, you're also committing to taking more hits than most, but the physical part, I mean, do you enjoy that, running the ball, and why?
I mean, it's not really like, I don't get hit that much because I'm kind of fast. So, like, if you know, it's not really like me taking a lot of hits. It's just me being faster than everybody and running around.
There you go. Yeah, you kind of led me into my next question there. I brought up the physical nature heading into you being so fast. You know, you're not getting hit as much.
Yeah.
The speed, is that something that you kind of work on during the off season?
Well, not really. I actually train passing the ball because I struggle with that a lot. So, not really. Not
really. And I know you also run track too, so that helps
a
little bit too with the speed and training. And yeah, so moving on, North Forney, obviously you guys are in the playoffs, and you know this is your first full season with them. How exciting has it been just with those guys in the locker room?
No, those are my brothers for sure. I love them. And, like, I wouldn't be here where, oh, my God. I wouldn't be here without him. You know, I wouldn't be here without running back Andy. I wouldn't be here without my O-line. Or my other running back, Corday. You know, they take a lot off me. Actually, that's really why I don't get hit that much.
Yeah, absolutely. That brotherhood for sure, I'm sure, is so important. Now, obviously, the big news of the week, flipping to Ohio State. What was it for them? What was it about the Buckeyes that made you obviously go there?
It was definitely the culture of the team. You know, winning. I wanna win for sure. That's pretty much it.
We are so excited for you, and of course, best of luck in the playoffs. Now, when we come back, it's more playoff action, and we take a look at a father and son's love for broadcasting ended up crossing paths this year. Our Kubota Country Roads game takes us to Choctaw Stadium for Richardson Berkner taking on Arlington Bowie in a bi-district playoff game. Bowie got an early turnover and made it count. QB Jaden Bibbs hit Maxwell Nichols on a crossing route for a 10-yard touchdown, and the Vols lead 7-0 midway through the first quarter. Berkner responded on its next drive with a 7-yard run from Chance Brown, and the extra point tied the game at 7. Daquan Dunn does it all for Berkner. He had an interception in this game. And this is his first touchdown pass to his big-time receiver, Ty Crothers. That play put Berkner ahead 13-7. Those two hooked up again in the final 2 minutes before halftime when Crothers made a strong catch in the end zone. The Rams led 27 at half and went on to win 30-28. Berkner will face Prosper in the area round. Carrollton Creekview hosted a Frisco Reedy team without their starting quarterback, who was injured in the regular season finale. In the third quarter, backup DJ Carlisle threw a touchdown pass to Jaden Newberger, and that extended the Lions' lead 24-3. Early fourth quarter, Creekview trying to generate some offense, but instead they turn it over for the third time. Ryan McGrath with the interception to give the ball back to the Lions. Now on the next play from scrimmage, Jarrett Walker, who had a nice game with 123 rushing yards, had a nice run until he fumbled, and Creekview recovered as the team went back-to-back on turnovers, but Creekview couldn't get anything going on offense, and Reedy wins 24-3, moving on to the area round. Congratulations to Coach Tim Cedar, leading North Mesquite to the playoffs for the first time since 2015. Lone Star had a 7-0 lead before scoring again on their next drive when quarterback Trey Wright shoots out of the pocket and into the great wide open. Wright rushed for 121 yards on only 6 carries. Now in the second quarter, North Mesquite throws its first pass of the game, and it's picked off by Carice Hoyt, who read the play perfectly, and he goes 17 yards for the pick six. Lone Star led 21-0. Later in the second, Lone Star facing 3rd and 22. Davian Gross takes the little screen pass, turns it into a big play. He goes 65 yards, and Lone Star advances with a 49-6 win over the Stallions. Sports has always been a vehicle for fathers and sons to bond on a different level. Whether it's playing or watching, nothing beats hanging out with your dad and talking sports. In our Kia Inside Story, Pat Doney found a father and son whose love for sports and broadcasting crossed paths one Friday afternoon in Prosper.
It was the most anticipated game in the state for Week 9 of the regular season. Prosper versus Allen. And for Allen radio broadcaster Kerry Lowry,
we're at Children's Health Stadium in Prosper, Texas.
And his son Nash, the Prosper ISD color commentator.
Look at the middle action, a banana peels in the middle.
It was a chance of a lifetime.
It's very special. I can't even tell you how surreal it is to be in a booth next to him. As soon as he kind of got hooked up with Prosper, I thought, uh-oh, this is about to happen.
To have it be at this level, it's incredible. The up and coming versus the already crowned, which is in a way it's me versus my dad. That's kind of the kind of environment that we're going into.
This will be the 13th play of this little drive.
Kerry has been the color analyst for Allen games for the past 20 years.
Tonight is an opportunity to clinch a district championship.
While Nash is in his first season commentating for Prosper ISD.
Latchley, Euless, and then Boozer going left to right.
But their love for calling games has been their connection almost from birth. While Dad's voice was coming over the radio,
and they settle for a field goal, which they will from time to time.
Nash was there, listening, learning, and trying to be like his role model.
growing up with the encyclopedia of knowledge that is my dad next to me, it always pushed me to never think that I knew enough about my own team. Even though the research and preparation that I had done might be enough, it was never enough for me, because it's okay, well, I still don't know enough because he's able to rattle off so much more.
Make sure that you're telling the story. The people expect you to be the smartest guy in the room and teach them things without making them sound like you're telling them because they're dumb.
And it all culminated in this moment. The biggest game on the grandest stage, with Dad on one side of the booth and son on the other.
Unbelievable to even be in the booth at the same game, much less in the opposite booths.
A dream come true for the Lowry family.
I've really been looking forward to this, to see him on the other side, where now it's, okay, you're off the leash, you got to fly out of the nest, and I'm going to watch you and actively, you know, try and root against you in a sort of way. I've been really telling everybody about it.
I listen to him and I don't critique, and I expect him to critique me, actually. He's getting to that point where he's going to surpass and start critiquing me, but I love listening to him, and I will wonder, but by the way, his mom will be at home listening to him, not to me.
Thank you so much, Pat. Great story there. All right, when we come back, we head out to Prosper to talk about a volleyball star heading to Penn State. Welcome back to Whataburger's Inside High School Sports. Next weekend is the UIL State Volleyball Championships in Garland. Kenny Matthews tells us in this week's Next Level that even though an injury kept Danielle Whitmire from leading Walnut Grove far in the postseason, her talent is leading her to a Division I power.
Walnut Grove, in their third season playing varsity sports, has been blessed with one of the best volleyball players in the nation, in setter Danielle Whitmire. The super versatile player has put up enormous numbers in her varsity career. Being able to do everything at an elevated level has made her a much-wanted commodity for the college ranks. In her senior year, she has 451 assists, 64 serving aces, 194 digs, and she averages 4.3 assists per set. Unfortunately, her senior season was cut short with a knee injury right before the playoffs started, but she was still tied for the lead in the area with 3 triple-doubles. Danielle, at 6'2", is the ideal height for the college game next year, as she is committed to the reigning NCAA volleyball champions, Penn State University. Her game will translate to instant success due to her unique skill set of being a jack of all trades. We expect the Nittany Lions to keep their championship aspirations going forward by plugging Miss Whitmire in the lineup at the beginning of the 2026 season. She will go down as the best Walnut Grove volleyball player in their brief existence. As the years go by, we will always circle back to see who can be the next Danielle Whitmire.
Thank you, Kenny. Okay, when we return, we'll take a look back at some of the best plays from last week. That's going to do it for this week's show. Pat will be back next week. But on Thursday, be sure to tune in as Cricket presents the warm-up. Neil Beasley and Professor Diggs break down all the big games in the area and get you ready for the upcoming week of Texas high school football. Every Thursday morning, we leave you now with some of the best plays from last week in our Plays of the Week.
We'll go!